British businessman caught on camera confessing to illegally selling millions of pounds of luxury perfume to Russia is not facing criminal charges, the BBC has learned. David Crisp was arrested last year, but his case was later dropped by HMRC, the tax collecting agency, which is also responsible for enforcing sanctions. Selling luxury goods to Russia is a serious offence, punishable by up to 10 years in prison. But campaigners say the UK is far behind other countries when it comes to punishing violators. Will Vernon reports.
I'm from London.
Oh, no kidding.
I live in Dubai.
How's your Russian market?
Don't tell anyone. We're doing really well.
Oh, good for you.
We ignore government edicts.
That was British businessman David Crisp confessing to violating sanctions against Russia in an undercover video shared with the BBC. Crisp sold luxury perfume. He rubbed shoulders with celebrities, but they didn't know about his activities in Russia. His business partner didn't know either, but David Garofalo got a tip-off and hired the private investigators who filmed the undercover video. He also contacted the HMRC.
And then many months went by, disinterested in further evidence that we'd found, and we learnt that they had appeared to drop the case. I was stunned. I couldn't think of a case which is more cut and dry, or more of a slam dunk case where all of the evidence is there.
HMRC told us they've implemented the most severe sanctions on Russia and fined companies for violations. They wouldn't tell us why they dropped the David Crisp case, as they don't comment on individual investigations. But the BBC understands there hasn't been a single criminal conviction for breaching trade sanctions since Russia invaded Ukraine almost 3 years ago. But Mr. Garofalo took the evidence to a civil court to remove his partner from the company. In a provisional ruling, the judge said the video was compelling evidence that Mr. Crisp knew he was breaching sanctions. And documents show David Crisp tried to conceal sales of more than £1.7 million to Russia.
If we don't prosecute people, who the hell is deterred from breaching sanctions?
Sir Ian Duncan-Smith MP says the David Crisp case shows that sanctions enforcement is inadequate in Britain.
We all say this is outrageous, we've got to sanction these people and all the rest of it. But then, without any prosecutions, you think, well, that's gone away now. There needs to be arrest, prosecution and incarceration if we're going to get on top of this. And if we don't do that, then there's no such thing as sanctions.
In a statement, David Crisp told us he refutes the allegations made against him and denies knowingly trading in breach of Russian sanctions. He says he didn't attempt to conceal the trades, which he says were known to his colleagues. Ukrainians are still dying every day at the hands of Russia. But experts say some other Western businesses continue to trade illegally, making millions in Moscow in violation of the law. Will Vernon, BBC News.